Alright, so I'm gonna be going over hacking fundamentals. I'm gonna be going over, let's see, I'm gonna go over hack fundamentals, setting up a VM, and memory hacking, and the basics of game hacking. So this should be pretty quick. They're all pretty short, except memory hack. It just goes over using cheat engine and looking at addresses and their values and shit. So that's pretty fast one. Anyways, alright, so all hacking consists of modifying memory in a game. Writing any hack involves four main steps: identify what you want to change, understand memory you need to locate the memory in the game, change the memory. This is only for memory manipulation, and not all hacks do you have to change the exact memory within the game. There's many other ways to do it, but yeah, these steps apply for any hack because the complexity. The first step for any hack is identify what you want to do. Different hacks will require different approaches. For example, modifying a player's money will require memory modification of a variable, whereas seeing other players lap their walls will require memory modification of the game's code. Like I said, not true, not true, but for this instance is true because when you're like, say if we want to do a wall, let's say we want to look at walls, right? We don't have to modify the game's memory. We can read the game's memory and then make an overlay using like DirectX or the Windows API or something like that, and draw the boxes on our screen that is getting repainted like every millisecond, whatever the fuck. Which say paint, which is like redrawn on the screen every millisecond on the new player's location within the 30 space in the game, right? So it doesn't have to be, you don't have to actually write memory to the game to be able to do that kind of stuff, but understand to modify memory, we need to locate it before we attempt to locate it. Wait, we need to locate it before we attempt to locate it. Okay, respect. We need to understand that memory we need to locate. In some cases, the memory you want to modify will be a variable. In other cases, you will want to modify large sections of code. There are three main types of modification: variables like modifying the value of the player's money; code like modifying how walls are drawn; files like modifying the saved items in your inventory. Okay, once you know what you want to change and understand where to look, you can start looking for it. For some hacks, this may involve searching memory with a tool called memory scanner. For others, it may involve looking through the game's code using a tool called debugger. Depending on the game and the approach, this can be a time-consuming process. Yeah, usually using a memory scanner, um, I don't really know which one's better. I use both. So when I make a video going over, like, I think I'm gonna be doing an external hack in CS2, going over making aimbot and ESP and modifying memory and reading memory. So when I go over that, I'll be using a debugger and a memory scanner, and also using a CS2 dumper to dump the offsets. But we'll get to that when I come across it. Anyways, change. After you have located the memory, the last step is to change it. Initially, this will mean using a memory scanner or debugger to manually modify the memory. Once you have verified that this works, write a program down like it change it for you. Yeah. Setting up a VM. When doing any sorts of hacking, it's best to practice separate or personal hacking machines. Okay, we're not going to go over setting up a VM because if you want to know how to make a fucking virtual machine, just go look it up on YouTube. There's plenty of YouTube videos. So I can suggest making a VM in CS2. CS2 case farming. Oh, well, not making, my bad. Making a VM. And there's thousands of videos making a VM. So, alright. So memory hacking. For our first hack, we'll be targeting a game called the Battle for Wesnoth, shortened to Wesnoth. This is a free open source game that has no anti-cheating mechanisms in place. Most of the lessons on this site will specifically target version 1.14.9 to install an VM. Open up PowerShell as administrator and run the following command. Choco install. Okay. This will use Choco Latte to install the Battle of Wesnoth. Okay. Identify the game. This game is a chain of gold. Players use gold to buy troops in the game. So the more gold we have, the more troops we can buy. What's a tool called Cheat Engine? If you want to know how to do like what it's talking about, just watch the video on making an external cheat for Assault Cube because it goes over using Cheat Engine and reclass.net to find the classes for your player class and entity list and shit like that. So this is just gonna be explaining how to use Cheat Engine. Keep the deep. Okay, so once you open up Cheat Engine, whatever, understand this game, a player's code is stored in a variable. This variable is referenced by the code of the game. As we complete our hack, we will need to find whether this variable is stored in memory and change its value. Since we're dealing with a variable, we'll use the memory scanner to find it. So basically, let me just pull up Cheat Engine. So you just open a process, whatever process you want to look at. Let's just say I want to look at Steam, okay? And I did first scan. Oh, what the we'll search for 100, whatever. And you would scan every single address that has the value of 100 within the virtual address space of the fucking game applications that's allocated to it. It would show everything, right? So if your health value is, just say 50 within the game you're looking at, you would then do exact value 50, do a new scan, and it would pop up somewhere around here. It'd pop up somewhere how many, and to narrow it down, you would scan from that list. So you would then type, say, 30, right? And you would lose 20 HP to have 30 HP, and then do next scan, and it would show any value with 30 HP that was originally 50, right? So that's how you do the memory scans. About to go through that. And then our next step is to look at memory holder and rebuild value. We start rubbing it in a change and attach it to WesNoth. And this tool, click on the icon on the left. Okay. So when the player chooses a WesNoth, we just have the memory scan value to scan for a value in the game's memory. And example, the player has 75 gold. So what we'll search for is 75, new scan, 4 bytes. So 4 bytes is an integer. So integers, 32-bit integer, 8 bits equal a byte. So it'd be 4 bytes is what you're setting for integer. There's other things you can do. So like floats, you can do a 64-bit integer, doubles, strings. Yeah, you can do all. You can set for all at the same time. Yeah, but usually for health values, it's gonna be 4 bytes most of the time, unless they have decimal or floating point numbers, which then you do float. If you don't know, you can just do all. If you don't know what the exact value is, you can do unknown initial value too, and then just scan by decreasing it over and over again. First scan, and then we do decrease value, next scan, next scan, next scan. So we narrow it down, right? This guy real quick. Alright, but yeah, that's pretty simple. Initial scans and memory scanner will return thousands of results because games are complex and thousands of sections of memory. The same values are gold. These other sections could be variables like timers, the opponent's gold, or character's wealth. Our goal when using memory scanners is to filter these results down to 1 or 2 values that we can then manually test. To this, we will modify operation. We will modify our gold value in this game and then perform another scan using the next scan button. So we just talked about. So the second scan is only 1 value, it's most likely our gold, but we will confirm that in the next step. Change in cheat engine, you double click on a memory location to move it to the bottom box of the screen. This bottom box allows you to edit the value stored in the memory location. Double click on your result to bring it to the bottom box. Next, double click on the value. So it's talking about just bringing it to your actual, I don't even know what this box is called, but basically if I have this value, I click on it, I can then click on this value and edit the value. Or I can get out the address and see what the address is, copy and paste it. Or you can rename it. So like if I knew this is the health value, I'd be like, okay, this is my health value. Or I guess I would say local player health value, and then you can change the value of it, right? But I'm not gonna be doing that. For the value change, to go back to the game, you'll see you go to fresh 200, recruit a ton of units to confirm that it was successful. Yeah, so that's pretty simple.